Everybody, I'm actually live, and I'm doing a video that I just announced it in my Facebook group. I was going to be over here so people could move this way, but I was going to do this video like as an actual edited video, but I don't have time for that. So it's just going to be a live video, so I'm gonna ramble for a second to give people a chance to get on here, since I did tell people what the topic was going to be. So, I have been asked, and we are getting into the holiday seasons, I have been asked about 3 times, I feel like in the past week, different related questions, all involving kind of like, actually one of them was really cool. She spins dog hair for the Humane Society, or a Humane Society or a kennel club, or maybe both, where she lived. So we were talking about Spinolution bobbins, and you know, obviously that's more unusual hair, and it was compared to alpaca, which I would agree. And I don't know, like a couple other people that were interested in like a real versatility, and we were kind of like, which wheel? And Spinolution, of course, is known kind of for its giant bobbins. And this isn't even the biggest one. This is giant to me, but this is the 16-ounce Spinolution bobbin with some merino on it I've been working on. And Spinolution bobbins, you can get all the way up to like 64 ounce, which I don't even think I've ever seen. I've never seen one of those in person. I can even imagine, like, I have a big head, and that would be like the size of my head. So the 16 ounce to me is large, and I think the 8 ounce is probably my personal favorite. I am not a tremendous yardage or like ginormous yarn person, though. Like, I'm kind of a standard bulky, chunky to worsted kind of girl. But I have with the bullfrog, I have grown to love the 16-ounce bobbin. So that's what this video is going to be on. So the general idea and question was one thing I really like about Spinolutions over other wheels is because of the golden whorl on it. And I'm sorry, my brain is half fried. With the golden whorl, they're able to achieve the really quick rotations. Here, let me flip this around. For the, when I say golden whorl, I mean this pretty shiny thing back here. So the golden whorl spins very quickly. And when I say spins, I mean the head rotates very quickly and smoothly. It's like not even on a gear right now. So that makes it easier for spinning the short little fibers or thin yarn because, you know, you're able to get a lot of twist in those short little fibers so that they hold together without coming apart. So that is what I meant to say. So the Spinolution wheel, and this is the bullfrog, like I said, it has the golden whorl, which makes it good and easy for the shorter fibers or thinner spinning, while at the same time having a 16-ounce bobbin, which is very large in my opinion. I mean, you can see, like, it's in comparison to my hands, even though I do have kind of little hands, but so that would let you either spin a whole bunch of thin yarn, like lots and lots of yardage of thin yarn, or it would give you what I think is cool, the versatility to spin, like, so this is some alpaca, some, you can see it's got like shorter little fibers, and like I said, we were talking about comparing it with the dog hair, and this has not been particularly well, prepped. It's been cleaned and kind of like half combed, but like I said, this video I've been meaning to make for like a week now, and it just kept not happening, so we're gonna make it work. So you can see how with this alpaca, it's got very fine little short fibers, so the golden whorl with the twist makes it good to spin those, while the large bobbin gives you the versatility of if you then, your next yarn you wanted to turn around and do like a chunky yarn or a bulky yarn or a whole bunch of yardage, then instead of being like, man, my wheel won't do that, you know, your wheel will do that. And so that's one of the things, like I said, not just with the bullfrog. I would also feel the same way about any of the bees. I've been talking about worker bees, seem to be the topic of conversation here lately. So the worker bee would be a tremendous example. Actually, I think that's what 2 of the 3 people I was talking to was about worker bees. Tremendous wheel because it is compact, it folds, and the worker bee has a 16-ounce bobbin like this bullfrog, while also having the golden whorl, obviously. So let me actually start spinning. And like I said, this alpaca has this is just, it's clean, but it's not really prepared, so y'all cannot judge me on this yarn. This is going to be some pretty non-official looking yarn. Actually, I think to get it started, just to show thin yarn. So this was the alpaca. The reason I had that was to demo shorter fibers. But I actually have, here we go. We'll actually get started on this to show finer fibers. This is some Shetland, I believe. And yeah, oh, this would be perfect. This would be perfect, and it looks way nicer. So we may do a little bit of both here. So what I'm going to do, oh, my leader thread popped off because my kids have been down here playing with my bobbins and taking the leader threads off. So I'm going to put this on, I'm going to put it on maybe the, we'll try the second second smallest gear, and I may go up to the third just because I don't really personally like the super small gears. Here, I'm going to have to play with the camera angle. And I promise not to make this video too long, but we'll see. I may change the, and this is just personal preference. The smaller the gear, I do my feet kind of slower. Y'all like my cool mom yoga pants here? And I do actually do yoga in them, so that's a win. But you can see this is real, like I said, this is going to be such fine yarn. Let me try to adjust the camera. You won't really be able to see it too well. See, can you see what I'm doing? There you are. And so, like I said, my feet are going pretty slow because I've got it on that small little gear. Yeah, this is perfect. So, I mean, you can see on my nail polish there, this is some really thin. If anybody has questions or comments, please, that is one of the benefits of this being live, pipe in with those. And so this will let you, as you see with this big bobbin, even though this looks like quite the machine, which it is, you can sit here and spin. I mean, this is actually, I mean, that's just beautiful, very even single of thin yarn. And like I said, that had a shorter fiber, but we can try to add some of this, and you really aren't going to be able to see this. The alpaca, which has got that short little fiber, and you can really get, I mean, yeah, that's just like a hair. I'm spinning this down here. Like I said, I've got it on one of those smaller gears, but thanks to the golden whorl, I mean, you can like barely see that. I'm basically, I mean, I feel like I've got about 3 hairs lined up there. So, I mean, that's some really, really fine yarn going on this really big bobbin. So, that was the whole point of that video, and was to show the versatility of that, you know, I feel like people see the big bobbins and the Spinolution, and they're like, that's art yarn. That you can spin some very thin, very thin, very traditional yarn on the large bobbins while still having, you know, the versatility of the large bobbin. So that's my 2 cents, and I will now send this to the people I'd been talking to that I'd promised to make them this video, so we can scratch that off my list. So anyhow, hope that helps, and of course, please leave comments below. And my husband has been reminding me that I am supposed to say, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe, or yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Like or subscribe to this channel if you enjoy these videos, and of course share and whatever, and that helps us with ranking so more people can find these videos. So thank you, and have a good day.